Terminator franchise has had a tumultuous journey since its inception in 1984. While the first two films directed by James Cameron are considered classics of sci-fi action, the subsequent sequels and spin-offs have failed to live up to the same level of critical acclaim, box office revenue, and fan satisfaction. However, rumors have been circulating about a possible Terminator 7 in the works, and there have been reports that John Cena, the WWE wrestler turned actor, could be involved in the project. The idea of a new installment in the franchise has generated both excitement and skepticism among fans. While there is a sense of nostalgia and curiosity about what a new Terminator film could bring to the table, there is also a fear of disappointment and fatigue given the mixed track record of the previous sequels and spin-offs. To avoid the mistakes of the past, a Terminator 7 needs to return to the core themes and characters of the first two films, exploring new settings and scenarios that expand the scope and stakes of the conflict, using the latest technology and techniques to enhance the visual and visceral impact of the action scenes, and most importantly, embracing the legacy of the franchise while also pushing the boundaries of the genre. John Cena's involvement could potentially bring a fresh perspective and energy to the franchise, but it's important to remember that the success of a Terminator film depends on many factors, including the quality of the story, direction, and execution. One of the key elements that made the first two Terminator films so successful was the dynamic between Sarah Connor and the T-800. Sarah was a vulnerable but determined human who had to fight for her survival and the fate of humanity, while the T-800 was a seemingly unstoppable killing machine who gradually developed a sense of humanity and compassion. A new Terminator film could build on this dynamic by introducing new characters who have to navigate the same challenges and conflicts. For example, the film could focus on a new generation of human resistance fighters who have to face a more advanced and cunning Skynet, which has learned from its past mistakes and adapted to new technologies and strategies. These fighters could be led by a charismatic and resourceful commander played by John Cena, who has to balance his duty to the cause with his personal demons and relationships. Alternatively, Cena could play a rogue Terminator who has defected from Skynet and has to prove his loyalty and worth to the humans while also facing the wrath of his former comrades. Another way to revitalize the franchise could be to explore new settings and scenarios that challenge the assumptions and strategies of the characters. For example, the film could introduce a new twist on the time travel aspect of the story, where the characters have to navigate multiple timelines and paradoxes that blur the line between cause and effect. This could create new opportunities for character development and plot twists, as the characters have to confront their own past and future selves and make difficult choices that have far-reaching consequences. In addition to the action and sci-fi elements, a new Terminator film could also incorporate themes of redemption and forgiveness, which could add emotional depth and resonance to the story. Some of the characters could have to confront their past mistakes and betrayals and find a way to make amends and move forward. This could create new dynamics and conflicts within the group, as some characters struggle to forgive and trust each other while others try to find common ground and unity. Finally, a new Terminator film could also balance the seriousness and humor of the story, which could make it more accessible and enjoyable for a wider audience. Some of the characters could use sarcasm, irony, and wit to cope with the absurdity and tragedy of their situation, which could create memorable and relatable moments. At the same time, the film could also deliver intense and thrilling action sequences that showcase the latest technology and techniques in filmmaking, such as practical effects, CGI, and stunt work. This could make the film stand out from other action movies and appeal to fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. So, to wrap it all up, a Terminator 7 with John Cena could potentially bring new life and excitement to the franchise, but it's important to approach it with caution and creativity. By returning to the core themes and characters of the first two films, exploring new settings and scenarios that expand the scope and stakes of the conflict, using the latest technology and techniques to enhance the visual and visceral impact of the action scenes, and most importantly, embracing the legacy of the franchise while also pushing the boundaries of the genre. A new Terminator film could offer a fresh and exciting take on the Terminator universe. Whether or not John Cena is involved, the success of a Terminator film ultimately depends on the quality of the story, direction, and execution, and the ability to capture the magic and intensity of the first two films. So only time can tell. I'm just